Hello, hello. How are you? Sorry I'm late, guys, but I made it. Please let me know if you can hear me. Um, I'm having lots of rain this evening, so I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. So, how was your week? What is going on? How do you feel? Any good news? We need some good news. So, were you able to work in your gardens at all? Make any type of plans? No? Nothing? Okay. Well, if you are part of the replay crew, certainly let me know in the comments what you've been up to. I definitely want to know. Um, I'm just chilling. Just chilling on a Friday night. It's a very rainy night. It's a cold night. Um, Yeah, so I'm just relaxing. So I'm still in my plant studio, which this is my lovely day bed that I think maybe I was on this bed one time. So the idea is that I'll come back here and relax and luxuriate in the beautiful sunshine, which, in winter, it's a little bit difficult to do because we don't get as much sunshine, but I'm just forward thinking for the future. So I pretty much have this space set up. I mean, I do have a few tweaks um, that I need to do. But just like with most anything, it is a work in progress, and that is just fine, right? So I don't really have anything in particular to necessarily talk about. We're just having just a chat, just, chill out, see how it's going. I think now in this day and age, just to be able to slow down and to chill out, that is so very crucial. Hey, Joy, let me know if you can hear me okay. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Um, so yeah, we have to do a better job with slowing down, just relaxing, not doing anything. Now, I have a lot to do. Like I have tons, well, not tons. Mm, I think I have like 3 baskets of laundry that I need to get folded between sometime tonight and maybe midnight. I don't know. Do you think I can do it? Fingers crossed. Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you. So, yeah, so I'm just chilling out. Oh, let me show you the new plant that I got. Because I'm always buying plants. Hold on. So this is a pretty, uh-oh, hold on 1 second. I think I lost my power. Hold on. So anyway, this is a pretty rose that I recently got, and I like it because it's like that kind of, um, hold on 1 second. Okay. Now can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Yeah, so I got this. It's it's like a limey kind of greenish color that I really do like. So don't ask me where I'm going to put it because I don't know yet. And that's fine. But so this is my new plant friend. And let me see if it has a tag. Oh, it just says a mini rose. So I need to find somewhere. Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but lately, like with the plant tags, they're doing these like QR codes, which is fun. So you can scan them and then it will like give you all the information about the plant. So you can be a great plant mommy. Um, so I have that. And let me show you the other one while I'm at it. So I think I did maybe last week, like it was, I think I did a post on this, so, or maybe I showed it during the live the other day. Do I have issues with the Japanese beetles? Yes, they were super duper terrible. I think it was last season. Yeah, last season was just, I don't know, it I had a lot of like issues with, even with the knockout roses, which are supposed to be more disease resistant. And what did I use? I can't remember what I used on the Japanese beetles, but I ain't gonna lie. As at one point, I gave up. I was like, you know what, surrender. Hi, Dr. Sashin. Okay, so this is my amaryllis. It opened up. Oh my gosh. Okay, isn't that pretty? So I still have one that's coming there, and then I have that also. Oh gosh, this thing is heavy. Oh, and so then, see, I have another one that's coming right there. So I'm really excited about her because I had her in the window, and that's where I get like most of the sunshine. So I just, would leave it there, let it do its thing with the sun, and every now and then I would water it with the rainwater. So I'm really excited that in the last day or so, like she just opened up. So let's see, I have like one, two and a half more that's gonna finally open up. Now I will tell you, I don't know if I can lift this all the way out. So you see how she's kind of like leaning over to the side. So if you have an amaryllis, don't be like me, right? Straighten her up, okay, so she can grow properly. Now, this little stake thing that I have, I actually took it off of an orchid plant that's no longer with us. Sorry. So I tried to get it to support the stem here. But yeah, I think she's really pretty. Oh my gosh, that thing is heavy. I don't know why it's heavy. I need to lift weights. Oh man, I'm trying to get it together. I really am. So actually what I did, oh, let me show you again. So this container, what I did was I just filled this up, not completely to the top, but I filled it up so, and I just put the pot directly down into the water and let it soak for like a day or two. I did that with a gardenia and then also a calla lily that I need to plant. And my only reservation for the calla lilies is that they spread like a lot. So I'm still kind of going back and forth on if I actually want to put the calla lily in ground. But maybe I will. So we'll see. Stay tuned. So yeah, but with this one, I need to fill it up more, or I need to fill it up because I didn't let it fully get saturated. And eventually what happens is, when you water with the container, so number one, with the containers, they typically dry out faster. So that's why I don't like to have a lot of, what do you say? See, Love the lilies, but the lilies don't love me. Yeah, I love calla lilies. That's actually my favorite flower. It's the first flower that my husband, he wasn't my husband at the time, but that's the first flower arrangement that he ever sent me. So you know it's all downhill from there, but but I think I still have that. Do I still have it on my phone? No, maybe I took it off. I used to keep the phone, I'm sorry, the picture of the flower arrangement on my phone, like as a home screen. So yeah, you know, they get us with those flowers early. Child, I ain't seen a calla lily arrangement since, okay? And that was long distance at that. But I digress. Anyway. um so yeah, so I think I was talking about this amaryllis here. So what I like to do with the containers is to place it in water because uh, the containers typically dry out faster. And you know, you'll come and you'll see the top of it and you'll think like, oh, I watered it and it's watered, but no, it isn't. Like the top part of it is watered, but it's not fully saturated where the roots can actually drink of the liquid. So by placing it into a container, which you can refer to it as bottom watering, then the roots can go down and find the water, right? And so how you know it's fully watered is once you place it in the container and you know do the bottom watering, when the top part of it is fully wet or moist, then you know that everything is actually watered. And if you should ever find yourself out at a big box store, many of those plants are hydrophobic, especially, or I should say, especially during the summertime, because they don't usually do a great job. Like it becomes a losing battle when you're having sweltering, you know, 90-degree weather and you're trying to figure out like how often you should water. And the earlier in the summer, you really need to order water at the beginning of the day, because otherwise when you wait later in the day, it typically the water evaporates. So the plants don't really get a good drink. And then they're thirsty and they continue to be thirsty and then they're on the concrete and that like dries them out even more so. So like I said, it's a losing battle. So that container I just showed you, or if I know during the summertime I like to have like a larger container. So if I know that I'm going out with the intention of purchasing plants, I can go ahead and place a little bit of water in the container. And so when I buy my plants, I can place them in there. And so if I have, you know, 2 or 3 additional stops that I need to make, then I won't have to worry about the plants like withering or something like that. Because you don't want to stress them out even more so than they already have been. So the fact that they survived coming from the plant nursery distribution center and they get loaded onto those carts, which I think are like 5 shelves high, and then they get wrapped with the, not the saran wrap, but is it cellophane? You know what I'm talking about, like the plastic wrap. And then they get loaded onto the tractor trailer in the dark, and then whatever distance there is from the main distribution center to the retail location, they're like super duper thirsty. Okay. And also, honestly, some of the stores are, what do you call it? They don't have enough workers. And a lot of times the plants just linger on those carts and they're really like stressed out and it's really sad. So you definitely want to make sure that when you buy a plant from those big box stores, the first thing you want to do is thoroughly water them. Okay? And if you're planning, like if you have this big mission and you're like, I'm going to go and get this and this and this, and then I'm going to come back home and immediately put them in the ground or create a container or something, you really have to make sure that you saturate, that area where you're planning to plant. So they can be A-okay. Are we doing this anymore? I don't know. We're not doing it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yes, cellophane. Yes, thank you. So that's that. And FYI, the people that work with the plants, believe it or not, at the retail, like hardware type big box stores, they are not plant experts. Some of them don't even like plants for real. And yeah, so it's just a job and they don't know anything about plants. And so, in other words, don't go there seeking advisement or information about what to select. I mean, they can tell you the difference between, oh, here's the perennials versus over there we have the annuals. That's pretty much it. Yeah. It's kind of sad, but all right. Now, what else do we want to talk? What do y'all want to talk about? I'm just, just hanging out. So another thing is garden inspiration. Now, you see how I am. I'm always like randomly like buying. I'm just a plant person. I need plants in my life. As I said last night, some women love shoes and handbags and clothes. That's not me. I want plants and nice houseware items, which I'm trying to get away from. As far as like the seasonal decor, like that doesn't make any sense to me anymore. So we don't need all that. But yeah. So plant inspiration. If you have ever probably purchased like Proven Winners or something like that, and you get on their mailing list, then they'll send you one of these. And so, what does it say? The Gardener's Idea Book. Okay. Now, I don't always purchase Proven Winners all the time. I know, many gardeners laud them as like the best like brand on the market. I mean, they're okay, but they can be a little pricey. However, this is a nice booklet to give you like ideas on like containers. And this one in particular, let me see, I think it has like recipes. Does it have recipes? So like super petunias, those are really big, but no, that's not the recipe. I thought I saw a recipe in here. Recipe of the year. Okay, so for instance, these containers, and then right here, I know you can't see it, but it basically lists what the particular item is in the container. So if you see this, and if you lack creativity or you just don't want to think about it, then you can say, oh, let me go on over here to the store and I'm going to have X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. And now whether or not you can make it look like this, I don't know. I mean, just do the best you can. Do the best you can. So that's a good thing. Let Let me see here. There's something else in here I wanted to show you. Oh, and they even talk about like houseplants. So one item that reminds me of my childhood. Have you put vegetable plants out? Yes. Yes, I have. Have I? Well, I have some that like kale and some collard greens that are here from the fall. So those are still coming in. And what else do I have? I haven't put anything else out. I thought no. Well, I put out like some rosemary and some other herbs like parsley and thyme and cilantro. And then I have, I think, a red lettuce is coming in on the side. But pretty much that's it. Right now, it's still in the 40s and 30, 37 at night. So it's still a bit cold, which I don't like that either. But we're inching closer and closer to warmth. And no, I'm not going to be complaining about when it's sweltering hot. I mean, I don't like the hot like that either, but I can manage it much better than the freezing cold. Like, cold scrambles my brain, which I think there's some kind of research study that says too much cold, especially in offices, that it negatively affects women. Yeah, makes sense to me. What y'all talking about out here laughing? Hold on, love go. Okay, I'm sore as we. Oh, you tilled the beds today. Excited. We got potatoes, onions, and kale. Okay, Dr. Sashi. That's right, girl. Get the stuff in there. I know I'm gonna be sore too. Even, like I'm sitting down on my rug, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I need to do some yoga, some Pilates, or something or another. So yeah. Now, let me see. Oh, this beauty right here. I don't know if you can see that. Do you know what that is? Can anybody guess? It's a sweet shrub bush. And it reminds me of my childhood. And when I tell you, those things are so fragrant and nice, and they actually smell super duper sweet. And I just have to get my hands on one. And I think was it last year or maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, at Longwood Gardens, it's my favorite place. So I happened upon one of these, and it was like near a bench, and I was just in heaven. So I sat down, and it was like right behind the bench, and so I'm trying to like take a selfie, and but those things smell so good. So it's called a Calycanthus, and this one is simply sensational. Calycanthus sweet shrub. Very nice. You know what is a real disappointment? So many roses that don't have any type of fragrance. I'm like, what is the point? Why guys? Like why? That's I don't like it. Okay. Let me get me a drink of water. Where is my water? Okay. So I'm still doing my lemon water. And so it's my lemon water with thyme and mint. I'm trying to do better with drinking water. I'm really not good at it, but baby steps. So earlier this week, I went to a meetup with the travel ladies of Exodus Summit. And shout out to Stephanie Perry. Hey, Stephanie. Um, and so she's a traveler. She's an expat, and she travels all over the world. And so, anyway, I gave her a flower pen because, I love flowers, and she knows that I'm a gardener. But also, I gave her this. So, this is a passport, and it says Philadelphia, America's garden capital. Okay. So, between Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey, we have the most public gardens and arboretums within, I think, like a 30-mile radius than any other region or, area within the country. So because she's a world traveler, I was like, oh, and she's from Delaware. And I was like, oh, let me give Stephanie this cute little book. So it lists all of the gardens, and like it even showed like all of those little dots. So those are the different gardens. And of course there's Longwood, my favorite. And so at the back of the booklet, so when you visit, you'll get a sticker. You just have to tell them, and you get a sticker, and you write the date that you visited. And on the back it says, this passport belongs to Garden Living with Cicely. And the website is americasgardencapital.org. And then you can go and register the passport. And as you go to the different gardens, you can tag them on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little thing to share. And last year I kept telling myself, like, you're gonna visit all 30 gardens, and so I have a membership to Longwood, and I'm basically like always there. Oh, and so this, I just came upon the Shofusu. So that's the Japanese garden. And on April 5th, I was supposed to be at the Philadelphia Cherry Blossom Festival, but I didn't make it because it was super duper rainy, super cold, and it was not going to be a good vibe. So I didn't make it this year. Hopefully next year. And then they had, so you get like general admission because for them it was rain or shine. But I'm really big on vibes, and I just know I was going to be cranky and miserable. So I had already purchased my tickets, but I was like, just leave it as a donation. But they had, I think, like a tea room, and you could tour the gardens, but those were two separate events. So now I know for next year, once they release the tickets, if I want to go and see the tea room. But you know what? I think I could probably do that in general, because it really usually gets a large turnout, with the festival. So I missed that. But yeah, it's a lot to have to try to figure out where to go, when to go. Like I said, I'm all about the vibes. What am I in the mood for? Then you have to make sure when you're visiting certain gardens, like, is it a holiday weekend? Is it a major tourist attraction? So those are different things you definitely want to consider. All right. Now, as I mentioned before, I finally got myself to the Philadelphia Flower Show, which is hosted by the Philadelphia Horticultural Society. That's such a mouthful. And I just recently joined them this year also. Now, I went to the flower show and I was greatly overwhelmed. And there was tons of people. So it's another event that I guess it gets like world notoriety. I mean, it was totally covered up. But one of the things that I was so excited about was seeing all of the young people, like the what is it, the Generation Z's, and I don't know, is it Alpha? Are we starting over with the alphabet? Okay, never mind. I digress. So, but that place. So this is the it was the theme was Gardens of Tomorrow. So it was a little bit over a week, and I had a map and all the things, right? So this pamphlet actually, man, when I tell you, I know they have to take a whole entire year to plan uh, this event. So this is like a show map with all the exhibitors, all the vendors, and the major displays that they have. Um, so I made sure that I got one of these because hopefully somewhere in my leisure I'll be able to peruse all of the different vendors. Um, like I saw Burpee Gardens there. And I don't know if you're familiar with, I think Kevin DeSpirito, he's the owner now of Botanical Interest, the seed company, but he also has a YouTube channel called Epic Gardening. So they had a booth there also, but let me see, what else did I have? Now, in addition to the flower show ticket, you could do add-ons like the butterflies, potting party, and a tour. So I think what I will do is next year maybe just volunteer, and then I can see everything up close and personal. Won't have to fight the crowds, just enjoy it all before the deluge of people come rushing in. Okay, so yes, there are some great arboretums in New York. So last fall, um, with one of my Exodus Summit sisters, I actually we went to see the orchid extravaganza at the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx. And that was my very first time going, and it was a lot of fun, and it was great to be out there with her. And so that was in, what was that? Not August. I said April. And that was like 2 months after we had just been in Cape Town, South Africa together. Actually, that's where we met. We met in Cape Town. She's a really cool person, so we hit it off. And then she lives not super far from me, but we decided to meet up and go to the garden. And she's since been down to Longwood. And so, yeah, I really love to share my love of plants and gardening, and just going and visiting different places. But it's been years since I've been to the Brooklyn Botanical Garden, so I'm definitely planning to get there this year. I know they're having, I don't know if, I hope it wasn't this weekend with all the rain, but I think they were supposed to have like a cherry blossom, or maybe it's at the end of the month, some type of cherry blossom luminary something. Which I told my husband, I was like, oh, don't you want to go? It's so nice. I said, you have to take a blanket. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be fighting somebody for a patch of grass. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I'm not either. So, so we got that. And this is something else. So PHS, the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society, they actually have a gold medal plants winner. These are the 2025 winners. And then it's what, 2, 4, 6. So list which ones. I mean, you probably won't be able to see. So basically, it tells what type of light requirements it needs. It's like a little legend here. You see that little legend? So it will tell you if it's full sun, part sun, or shade tolerant, if it's deer resistant, if it's a wildlife pollinator or native plant, or if it should be moist but well drained, medium dry conditions. Let me see. So the crazy thing is, none of these are deer resistant. Let's see what's up. Let's see. Yes. I'm glad I won't have a generation beta. Not optimal, right? Okay. Good point. It's so funny you say that because I think last year on Amazon I got like these little, what do they call them? Stadium chairs. And it has like a carrier. Because last fall, when Longwood had their wine and jazz festival, that was our first time going, which I don't know why. Because we really have been missing out. It's a really, really great event. And so we just said, hey, we'll go this time and walk around. And of course, there were a lot of people, but some people, it's so funny to me, and I don't know why, I don't know, am I weird? But I'm just like, I can't imagine like getting a blanket and then taking a blanket and spreading it out on the grass in public and just, just laying and lounging. I don't know, like, I didn't even do that in college. It's just, oh well. So the point I'm trying to make is that I realized for next year, we definitely should have some chairs to take with us just in case. And the chairs, of course, it has like the little carrier and, it's pretty lightweight, but yeah. So much to consider. Okay, I have to have a tarp beneath my blanket. Yes, you do. Just to be on the safe side, because you don't know what type of situation is going on. Now, I need some help. Now, I've noticed that when people in my neighborhood are walking their dogs and going down the sidewalk, so right on the edge, on the corner, like I have, the front part of the front yard with stones, and then I have things planted. But I notice that the dogs always want to like pee right there, and I don't know why. I I don't know. It's like they're just going along, and then all of a sudden they stop and then raise up their leg and keep going, and I'm just like, I don't. And that's why I always wear gloves, because yeah, you don't know. Okay, what's next? Oh, did you want to know what the gold medal winners are? So, it looks like it's a tree, a red maple, Acer rubrum, red point, red maple, native to North America. So, best maple native bees. It can grow up to 45 feet tall, and it's hardy in zones 4 to 8. All right, and then we have an apple serviceberry. I'm not going to try to pronounce this on here. What is it? Amalanchier grandiflora. So look, I got hooked on phonics at a very early age. I know a lot of young people aren't, and that's rather unfortunate. Okay, so this apple service berry, it can grow up to 15 to 25 feet tall and is hardy in zones 3 to 9. That's pretty good because 3 is like super duper cold, and then 9, that's like California weather. California and Florida. And then we have a carex, Cherokee, also known as Cherokee sedge. Let's see, 12 to 24 inches tall, wide in maturity, and hardy in zones 6 to 8. And then there's a, what's that, Leucothi? A Leucotho. I know somebody, if you're watching a replay, do not come for me for the pronunciation, okay? So anyway, it's a native evergreen shrub, 4-season interest, 2 to 4 feet tall, hardy in zones 5 to 7. And then we have a Monarda Garden View Scarlet, also known as bee balm. Let's see. Okay, so it's deer and rabbit resistant. And this one allegedly is resistant to powdery mildew, which, oh my goodness. Powdery mildew with the bee balm, if that happens to that plant, it ruins it. And then to try to like correct it, it's a lot of work. So this can grow up to 3 feet tall and hardy in zones 4 to 9. And then there's this rough goldenrod, Solidago rugosa fireworks. And let's see, it can grow 3 to 4 feet tall, spread 3 feet wide in 3 to 4 years, and hardy in zones 4 to 8. So the bee balm is a native, and then this goldenrod is also a native. Longwood has a very much amazing goldenrod area, which is in like their meadow garden, which is this vast area. I think I have a, well, it's not a video. It's kind of like a GIF, I think. So I'll see if I can post that where I was. It was a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, where I posted where I took a selfie video, and it's just so pretty. I love goldenrods, and I had some seeds one time that I tried to grow, and it just never worked out. So that's definitely something that I do want to try again. I have so many ideas, and of course, you know, as a gardener, we're always like overzealous and everything like that, but we always want to try to grow a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, once one piece, it is a Senate spot. Oh, is that right? Huh. Okay, but I have to, okay. All right, Dr. Sachin, thanks for popping in. Thanks for coming by. I think I'm gonna hop off here too because I'm like sleepy, and then tomorrow I have a long, fun day ahead of me. So I think this is a good time to end it. If you have any questions, any comments, please let me know. You can like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.